today's a new day. I have neglected my truck for too long. And what I mean by that is it's probably been sitting for about a year and a half, and it should not have been that long at all. I absolutely love my vehicles, and vehicles are meant to be used. Yeah, you don't want them sitting for too long, but then you don't want them to be driving all the time because you run the risk of, something stupid, because people don't know how to drive nowadays. So today, the weather finally has broken for the good, rough beginning of the year of 2024, and we're going to go ahead and see if we can get the old truck running. This truck has a lot of memories with me. It's been a really rough, crazy one in the beginning because I thought I was going to get in trouble when I went on the property to go talk about it. But long story short, went on this property. The owner came out from the property and wasn't happy at first. We talked. I'll save this for another story time. But we talked and made a deal with the truck and bought it. Got it out of the woods, and yeah, so I'll show you the truck and we will go from there and see if we can get it running. Now, I have tried, obviously this is why I'm making a video of it. I got no spark. I don't think I'm getting fuel right now either, so we'll break it down, see what we need to do. Like I said, she's been sitting for about a year and a half, and we're gonna go ahead and try to see what we can do. Points, condenser, new coil, and a brand new fresh battery. And of course, we need fuel. So let's get to it. So I have made this truck into a garbage pit, and that's not going to happen. We will have a time lapse of me clearing it all out and stuff like that, but she's full of scrap metal and random debris and stuff that I have to take to the junkyard. But let's open her up and see what we have in store. Here she is. This, maybe I'll do a time lapse of me clearing this all out. 1903 F-100. You gotta work on the hood. But here she is, last year of the flathead V8. Little Holly 94. Yeah, so we're just gonna start with basic. We'll do fuel, spark, air. That's pretty much all this really needs to get running. This is such a minimum wanting vehicle. It doesn't really want much. It's like a little tractor. It just wants to run. So obviously you can see here we're a little empty on this. We're gonna change this out too because this is looking dirty, and now I'm seeing it looks like it's broken in there. It's floating around, so that's not gonna do good either. So we'll change that out. There's fuel in the bowl, but yep, probably throw some fresh gas in there. But we'll probably do like a two-stroke mixture, so it's a little bit easy on the engine for sitting for so long. And like I said, I have neglected this poor truck, so I did just put a new fresh battery in this, but here she is. Also a 50th anniversary truck, so let's get the stuff out of here at least and get the battery installed, and we'll see if we have any spark. If we don't, I'll test the coil, see if the coil has anything. Coil doesn't have anything, then we'll switch to the coil, and then still have nothing, then we'll switch to the points and condenser. Go from there. All right, here she is in all her glory. The last owner and I do believe this probably has true 24,000 miles on it. Yeah, it's old. I know it does not have 124 because there's no way it would still run like this with 124,000. Here's the seats. This is actually the original fabric here. He had them recovered to protect them. Oh, it's really rolled up to protect them a little bit, and it sat for 40 years in the field, and this is what would happen. So, but it's still comfortable, very, very comfortable. So we are going to install the battery real quick. I'm not going to put it down into the spot. I'm just going to leave it up here, put the battery on it, see if we have any spark with the coil. If we do not, then we have to work with the coil. I do plan on eventually making this 12 volt. I just have it mounted in here, and eventually I will do it. Right now I just have it running straight from battery to run and drive. And yeah, so let's get to it. So take the caps off. That's the first time they ever come off that easily. I'll have to recut that. That there. I'll have to get maybe a vice grip or something to hold the power for the coil. So, alright, let's do that. Let's go on the other side. Let's get this coil snipped up. This coil wire, which should basically be your key on, key off. Get this cleaned up, and I'm just going to mount it for now with a vice grip and go from there. Go ahead, we'll snip this end off completely. Start fresh. So it's nice and clean. This way. I'm gonna do. Okay, let's get this on here. This is only temporary, guys. Don't worry. Alright, so I have no spark already, I can tell you that. But we're going to see if at least it'll crank over. So let's see. So I have connection to the starter, but I do not have spark to the coil. So I'm going to test the coil and go from there. Alright, so here's the ignition coil. Sometimes if I leave the power on, this will burn out, or sometimes they just go bad. So I'm going to test it out and see. Test this first, because it's right there. If I have no readings out of this, then we're going to replace it. If I replace it and I still have no readings, then we're going to go into the points of condenser that are inside the distributor here and go from there. But I definitely don't have spark from here to the battery, so let's get to testing this. Okay, so I'm going to do this a more simpler way. I'm going to take the wire that goes right into the distributor cap off and try to ground it somewhere. Then I'm going to take the lead that goes to my points off, and I'm going to run a separate wire and ground it somewhere else. And if I get spark off of this, this is good. That's going to be the most simplest way. If I don't get any sparks at all, this is probably bad. And that's fine. I have replacements. With this truck, I have, I think, 2 replacements for this. I have a couple condensers, and I think I have 1 set of points. That's it. Yeah, so let's go from there. So I have this old extension cord. It's wire. To me, it's kind of obsolete now. A lot of these things have ground ads, and this is, what has a date on it? Let's see. No, it does not have a date on it, but it's outdated, but it's still wire for me to use, so I'm going to use it. instead of just trashing it, I might as well use it. So anyway, might as well just use it for what I can use it for. I'm gonna leave it long for now. Let me use it for something else later on. It is very windy today. All right. So I'm gonna strip these down, and we're gonna run it from this and ground it out somewhere else, and we'll see how it works. So I'm going to show you how basic of basic tools you need. So far, I have just used a pair of dikes, wire cutters. Now I'm going to use a pair of vice grips. Yeah, I'm going to keep it as basic as I can to show you that this is very simple to work on these. That's why another reason why I like these. All you really need is a Phillips head, a flathead, screwdriver, a pair of wire cutters, and vice grips, and that's it. Pretty much it. You don't need too much. This one's on there pretty well. And you know, you don't have to monster this off because it's just a little tiny bolt. So, and it's off. I'm going to put it back on so I don't lose it because it is a very tiny bolt. Move that out of the way. So now I'm going to take that wire that I cut from that extension cord, wrap it around here so I can use it to ground it out. It is so windy. Oh my goodness. Alrighty. Have it all twisted on there. I don't have to go super tight because obviously this is not going down the road. This is just to test it. Now I have this end. I take this off. That goes right to the distributor. And I am going to I may have to cut this wire again, but I'm going to see if I can put this somewhere and ground it out somewhere on the motor and see if I have spark, and we'll go from there. But this will go somewhere on the motor, see if it has somewhere to spark. But as I do that, I'm going to ground this out somewhere where there's a good ground. I'm just going to go like that as if it was doing the simulation of points. And if we have spark here, coil's good. If we don't, coil's bad. Okay, so I have an okay spot. That should be grounded enough. We'll see if we see sparks there. Have that ready. Let me go ahead and connect the battery and see if we have anything. All right, let's see. Got the battery connected. Enough of a gap. We're gonna go like this. Get the spark here. We get spark here now. We got spark. Coil's good. See that spark, guys? Better shot for you guys. Alrighty. That's how windy it is in here. It's crazy. So that means the coil's good. So now that leads to us needing to check the points and condenser. If it's just dirty points, that's great, which is very plausible. Sit for a year and a half, and probably just corrosion on the points. We'll clean up some sandpaper, and we'll just put some fuel on top for now, up in the bowl. If it runs and it pops up, we're good, and then we'll get the fuel system fresh fuel and go from there. All right, so we're gonna put everything back the way it should be. I'm gonna clean up these here. This is off. I'll do that one too as well. There's some glove malfunctions here. Literally just gonna clean everything up that's possible, just in case. And then, like I said, we'll go to the points, make sure they're all cleaned up. And essentially go from there. I need the wire. I need the lock washer. Boop boop. And then I need the nut. There. Do the same thing on that side. Safe. Same thing, take the nut off, take the lock washer off. This off. Clean this up. And we'll put this on and then we'll go back to when we open this up. Alright, we're going to take the distributor cap off. I'm going to have there's a clip here and a clip down yonder here. So I just go right here with a flathead. That's off. This out of the way. So, this is the cap's rotor, or distributor rotor. That could use some cleaning. That's the condenser. And that's the points right there. So what we'll do is reconnect the battery, and I'll move this up and down, see if I have any spark here. If I have spark, we're good. It's just literally probably just maybe bad connection somewhere. And simple cleaning, see what the cap looks like. The cap doesn't look that bad, but I can use some cleaning on it. I see some weird film building, but not horrible. I've seen way worse. So, all right, let's go ahead and see if we have any spark here at the points. All right, let's see. Do we have any spark? I have spark there. All right, so I think I have to gap. So that's good. It's probably just the gap. So you guys can see it. Probably the gap. All right, so we have spark. That's good. So the condenser's good, and the condenser's good, and the coil's good. So it's probably my gap and dirty connection. So that's what you want. So anytime this distributor rotates, this will go up and down and spark, and go throughout. So that's great. So let's clean this all up and adjust it. Be good to go. So now you can see no spark because I disconnect the battery. We're going to loosen up the adjuster right here a little bit. Yeah, I think it adjusted itself out. To loosen this one too a little bit. Put some sandpaper in there first to clean it up. Let's do this a little bit better. Alright, take these up. So I usually do like, I don't want to explain it, I do like a matchbook thickness. And it seems to work every time. Alright, let's see if we have spark now. So let's see if we have spark now. That's not really doing it. Yeah, so I have it here, but when I move this, I'm not getting it over the. Let's go ahead and try rotating it and see if we get spark that way. So it looked like I was getting a little bit, so I have to adjust this a little bit more. I think we'll be fine. Alright, let's try it again. It was hard to see, but we do have spark. So, do a little bit more cleaning, and we'll put the cap on, add some fuel into the carburetor, and see if she'll pop off. Let's see. This one, there's a problem every time. There we go. She's on. Wires are connected. Let's go dump some fuel in the carburetor. See if she pops off. So I usually use this to do first startups. It has a little bit of oil in there. It's 2-stroke oil. It's not going to hurt it. It's going to lube up everything that needs to be lubed up, even within the carburetor and the engine. So I'm going to put some in there. Fill up the bowl a little bit. That is way too much, but I guess it'll do. Alright, let's crank her up. You know, every car nut that's out there, male or female, always has a hoard of car parts, and you can never have too many for certain things. So I'm going in my parts and fly heads, and I think I have a bad cap, but I'm going to see if I have a cap in this storage container thing here and see what we have. So I have a starter with its backing plate, a torque converter, Flywheel housing for clutch, new fan, another Holly 34. Wow, that's really gunked up. Do a video of cleaning that maybe. Another fan. As a generator that I'm gonna have converted to an alternator. And, oh, I see what I need. I didn't think I had it. There it is. Let's get that out. Oh, I got two. Sweet. Or both of them probably. Good to have two, let alone a distributor. So I'll grab both of these and see which one's the best. Go from there. That's one. And two. Put this stuff back and I'll see you guys back on the truck. Alright, let's see what we got. We're gonna go with this one. No, we'll do the other one. Pop right off. Oh, that is way better than what I have. Way better. All right, let's switch this out. Wow, that's really good. Let's switch this out and go from there. All right, so we're gonna put this one on. Let's take this one off, but we're gonna have to wire by wire so we do not mess up the firing order. Oh, it's already off. Let me show you guys the difference here. So here's the one that's on the truck. The outsides don't look bad. This middle is not good at all. And let's compare it to the other one. Look at that. That still has a little nub on it in the middle, right there. Still there's a nub. You go to this one, it doesn't even exist. It's flat. So let's go ahead. We have a bad cap now. We already know we have spark at the points, spark at the coil, power by the battery, so all that's there. Condenser's good. We have a problem here at the cap, so let's do wire by wire and see if she'll start up. All right, let's see. First time in a year and a half, see if she'll start up. Nothing. I know we're getting fuel because I'm putting fuel in, so we're still having a spark issue. So maybe the wire from the distributor? started. Let's see. A little more in her. So we heard it pop off. That's great. Found out what it was. This wire over by the ignition coil wasn't sitting down all the way. Another reason why I'm probably gonna go ahead and rebuild it. Not rebuild it. I have to build the ignition coils because they don't really make ones for these. They do, and they're probably astronomical. So I just make my own. But let me flip it over the camera, and I'll show you exactly what was the issue. And then we'll work on getting fuel pressure and see if she can run for a little bit longer. So this right here is the ignition coil, and this wire, you can see, look, it moves. So it was up like this, and I was just playing around to put this down, and she started putting. So there we go. I'm gonna go ahead and eat some lunch, and we'll attend right back to this shortly. All right, we're gonna call this March Madness for 2024. Warm, cold, warm, cold, warm, cold. It was okay. I was in a t-shirt. Now it's cold again. All right, so we left off that it's trying to putt. So let's see if we can get it to putt a little bit longer. Not too much fuel. I don't have enough time to go in and out like that. Oh, she's a runner. That's good. Let's put the rest of this in here. So we got to rev up a little bit more. Tell me how these are fast fill without spills, rugged design, and it's easy to pour. There is nothing easy about these things. Look at this. There's like a contraption here. You can't push this forward or back. You have to push this tab like this. Then you can, like, what? Still, nothing's coming out. What is going on these designs? I don't get it. Oh, now it works. Who made this freaking thing? It makes more spills than anything else. Alright, we got a better source to give fuel. No, we don't. It's leaking everywhere. Great. Oh, the bottle's cracked. Well, I guess I'll do it from this side. A little bit easier to feed the fuel. I put some fuel in the fuel tank. Let's see what we got.
A little bit more. Too much. I'm just trying to get it all warmed up to see if everything's working good. So let's get it warmed up and see if everything's still good. Try to fill up the bowl a little bit more. I also want to see if my fuel pump's working well too. So we want to try to get fuel into this. I flooded that one. Now that we have it running, let's move some stuff around and take her to the gas station and fill up. obviously don't do this, but from time to time, I literally will go to a cemetery because it's peaceful and quiet. I can just sit down and relax, and I'm not bothered. Obviously, my truck opposes the opposite noise because it's loud and obnoxious in a peaceful area. But, you know, it's beautiful out. Look at this. Beautiful out. So, do one more cruise. I actually know 2 people buried here. One in which is a small child who lost his life through domestic violence, and then another one is an older gentleman who I'd known for at least 15 years. We used to go to this one junkyard. He helped work there. The guy worked at this junkyard. I think he's like 18 years old or 19 years old. He worked there, and I don't know how old he passed away at, maybe in his 80s. But I mean, that's a long time of dedication to work at a salvage yard. So, very beautiful place. So, back on the road, let's bring the truck home, fill her up with gas, and yep, get her ready. What are you doing up there? Okay. Go slow. Go slow. Go slow. Well, guess what? If you want to watch more footage like this that I've done over the years and vlogs that I've done through, was it 23 and 24, 2023 and 2024, then like and subscribe and comment to tell me what you want to see next, or maybe correct me if I did something wrong. But until next time, guys, I will see you in the next video.